Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, yes, let's
love.
Love in the fast lane. Love in the fast lane.
Is that a real song?
Life in the fast lane.
Love in the... Is that a real song? I've never heard that
No, Life
song.
in the fast lane is
Who sings it?
Eagles, I think.
I bet
Or Don Henley.
I bet your mother stood in a field at a concert listening to that song,
She loves the Eagles.
feeling herself.
How do you not know these songs?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't
you know
know.
what? I shouldn't even ask. You were in a Kimmy Schmidt bunker
I was.
for most of your youth.
Actually, you were the one. Poodle's out of the bunker, y'all.
I'm out of the bunker with my
We are
my
together.
brothers. We're together.
in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's great.
Boy, he's excited.
We're planning-
It's a new year.
We're planning,
a lot more than me. Woo!
He I can see your uvula when you do that. I don't like it. It looks pained.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
No, I was gonna say, you told me because you just quit your cubicle warrior job.
I did, y'all.
Announce this.
I did.
You should be proud of it.
Yeah, I am, and it's a lot of the support of our listeners. So thank you very. I was able, and that I have a boyfriend, got an MBA. That helps too. I was able to quit after 18 years my cubicle warrior job. So I am. I
You
told
told
Poodle,
me-
I said, now I get to devote my time all to you. And his
I
eyes-
did not
it kinda-
think about that.
It kind
that
of
aspect
sunk into him.
Yo, I kind of got sick to my stomach. Now, I don't know if I was sicker than in two of the scenes that we had. I'm not sure if I got more sick during Jessica and Jennifer, or Jesse and Jennifer.
Oh, yes.
Or Stephanie and Fred.
Yes.
That turned my stomach.
That turned my stomach too.
This
gross.
was, y'all, if you needed some Ipecac, these two segments are worth it. What is it that makes it so hard to watch?
Fake,
Is it-
fake.
It's that, and also the fact that it's happening on our TV screens, and we're confronted with people who are narrating everything they're doing and not really being in it.
I know.
And
I mean, I want you to tell you something. Did we ever think? Look at this. We're called reality gays. We are two very gay homosexual men.
not familiar.
Yeah. You're so keyed up right now from being at your mother's for a week. You could sit on that fire hydrant outside your door.
And I'm so turned off by.
Okay. And yet, Jesse is talking about having a boner,
It's disgusting.
and I'm not turned on by this.
Absolutely
I'm repulsed.
disgusting.
That's saying something.
And you know why? It's because of the way they talk about it, and nothing feels sexy. Nothing feels.
Remember, y'all, Poodle is the man who said he would sleep with Larry because he has a big dick, and he would get free McDonald's for a month.
You
But
know what?
yet
I'd sleep with
Jesse's-
Larry if he didn't have a big dick for free McDonald's.
It's true.
for
Yet,
longer than a month.
And you know what? Even if you didn't have the McDonald's, if Larry put his big dick and slapped it on your leg, you probably let him stick it in.
Probably. And I wouldn't have to hear Larry narrate what he was going to do to me.
No, but yet we still my genitals went up inside me as if I was tucking when he talked about this.
I shriveled like the Wicked Witch of the East legs. up underneath.
Yeah, we had no power here.
And I shriveled at the Stephanie Fred.
Not as much, but I didn't love it. But yeah.
Oh, I think that might be harder for me.
Yo, this is Single Life, Season 2, Episode 8. As Poodle said, Love in the Fast Lane. We're going to jump in.
the fast lane.
Now, hey, we're still going strong for Chicago, y'all.
Yeah.
We are, if you're listening, when does this episode drop? What is today? I'm all mixed up because it's New
Sunday.
Year's. But today we're recording this on Saturday. Is it Friday?
Yes, Saturday.
Okay. So this is going to drop on Sunday. Y'all, we're not going to be dropping 90 Day Fiancé
Our
before the
normal
90
week.
days on Sunday because we're going to be doing those shows on the live show.
You will be hearing that version on the live show.
We kind of shit the bed and forgot to announce it just because we were busy. And so we're going to drop our
We did a
Vicarious
show the day after fucking Christmas.
Yeah, and I was super. And Cubicle Warrior Jog fucked me on the last week.
And I was
very
in a
busy.
bunker at my brother's house.
Yes. So, and my dad almost died, but he's better now, and he's stable in the hospital. So
It's a
we had
roller coaster ride.
We had a roller coaster.
Life in the fast lane.
That makes sense now. Anyway, so we're not gonna do this normally, but since we're gonna drop our Vicarious.
It's an
on the free
experiment.
feed.
Yeah, you will get this, and the Vicarious, you guys, I can announce it now, is Finding Magic Mike.
Finding Magic
now,
Mike. I'm excited.
I will encourage you. We're only going to talk about the first episode. I don't know. You may want to watch the second episode. Well, we'll see. Because I've watched them all. Of course, I have.
Okay.
But I will say, if you're trying to get past the first two episodes, the first episode is a little slow. At episode 2 or 3, things pick up really fast. By episode 4, you're like, I can't get enough.
You're gonna
Just like
say
with Magic Mike Dick.
You're gonna say we're gonna talk about episode 1, and then I'm gonna watch episode 1 because I haven't watched any of it yet. But then you're gonna talk about the last episode all throughout
that's what
our
I'm gonna
show.
do. Yeah. No,
And people aren't gonna be prepared for
I've
that.
already decided I'm going to recap the entire series for those who want to hear it and who won.
Well, you'll have to save that for the end
will.
for a no
that'll
spoiler.
That'll be a no spoiler thing.
Can you do that?
Maybe.
Great.
Just watch the series. You'll be glad you did.
Well, I know, but they're listening to they're not gonna have much time.
Figure it out.
I'm not gonna watch it all tonight.
It's fine.
So, y'all, that's what we're gonna do.
You don't support male strippers.
I haven't had time. So, and I've supported male strippers quite a bit in my life, a lot more than you have. If you want to get down to dollars and cents,
You've paid rents of several.
I have. I hope that one guy get back to Brazil, his home country. Literally, he told me that. Anyway, that's another story. But we'll say, y'all, we're being as careful as we can. I know Omicron is raging, but we're in talks with theaters. As of now, at this moment, everything is still a go for us. So we are moving full ahead. We're moving full steam ahead with our Chicago show, and everyone's going to be vaxxed. And hopefully, we recommend if you haven't been boosted,
Get
we would say
boosted.
get it. Some places are even requiring that you get boosted.
Yeah.
So, my friend just flew to Hawaii, and they said to get into Hawaii, they don't consider you vaccinated unless you are boosted.
Wow.
That's going to start in like 2 weeks.
Cool.
So anyway, y'all,
But you will be wearing masks at the show.
you will be wearing masks at the show. So anyway, that's
The
still
only time we're allowed to take off our masks is when we are singing or doing sound checks or doing the show
like
itself.
on the stage. Backstage, we have to wear a mask. So
So,
Poodle wanted to bring one of his pup masks, and I told him that's not going to work.
I'm going to have to pack it anyway. So,
No, you're going to leave
For
that
the
in the
hotel,
You
for
can
Piano
leave
Cat.
that. No, you're leaving that back at the DoubleTree. We're not.
Airport Hilton.
They had the Airport Hilton, y'all. Anyway, so that's any other announcements, Poodle?
I think that's it.
We hope you had a wonderful New Year and you're
and
looking
holiday.
forward. 2022, we've got the messages. Y'all, we're gay. We know that Betty White passed away. So you can stop. There's like a Carl's wife who says, I got to tell him. I'm like, honey, it was everywhere.
And I want to say, while we should mourn Betty White, think what the career she's had. She had 99 years on this planet,
Yes.
and decades. So let's be thankful for what we had.
Oh, golly.
Instead of calling out public mourning And what I would do if you want to think of a way instead of being sad, watch some Golden Girl episodes or watch some Mary Tyler Moore.
Or some Mama's Family.
Or yeah, she was, yes. Ellen.
Yes.
Or even Hot in Cleveland, which is her most recent project. Yeah. She gave us so much, and especially to the LGBT community.
And the animal community. She did a lot for the black community back on her show.
Yeah.
That's one reason why people think her show got canceled, because she had they said take black people off, and she said when she had her own show, like a variety show.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
She said, yeah, thank you, but live with it.
Yeah.
And then she got canceled. Mm-hmm. So anyway, y'all. So rest in laughter, Betty White.
Rest in laughter.
We love you. All right, let's jump into this. South Africa. Let's talk about South Africa and Syngin. I meet my friend Aaron.
Is it weird that I've completely lost interest now that Tania's not there? It sounds awful to say that.
It's weird, but Syngin's just not exciting without Tania.
It's not even that. I feel like he's now left a relationship of 4 years, went on some kind of walkabout, but we didn't get to see any of it. So in a way, I think we would buy him trying to start a new life if we saw a whole episode of him processing. We did not see that. We saw him like going to Nashville and talking to Elvis.
I don't think there was anything interesting. That's why. But I agree.
They could have produced this.
He did this for like 2 weeks almost, this road trip.
But that's what I'm saying. If they would have given us, they could. A good producer could have gotten him to do something.
No, he had to do all this on his phone. Or the GoPro they gave him.
But I'm saying, you saw him talking. He could have done this. I guarantee you that they could have made him kind of say, I really processed this and I'm going to miss. He could have done like a Nicole Jr. thing for Tania and his relationship.
I agree.
Because then I think we would kind of be on board with him meeting other people. Because now it's kind of like, so he's just going to date now and we're all happy about it?
Yeah.
And all of us think that this girl he meets at the end, you guys, this is just a fucking rebound. This is a one-night stand.
She just wants to fuck.
Yeah. She
all but tells him, hey, I just want to fuck.
Y'all, men out there, if you're thinking, straight men who listen and gay men, if you meet someone and they're like, where are you at? They're like, well, yeah, I'm kind of a go with the flow kind of person.
That means stick it in. That's what that means. I literally wrote, go with the flow means go in my hole. That's what it means, y'all. And that's wonderful.
I have a jersey that says go with the flow.
Yeah. And that is wonderful. It's wonderful to just fuck around and do what you want to do and just suck some dicks and lick some puss and do it all.
Lick a lot of puss. And I wrote, or I'm bangable right now, anytime.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, but I didn't feel like he was either experiencing anything new, and I didn't even feel upset about it. It was just kind of nothing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they built him up for us to care about him enough. If he did some kind of walkabout and actually worked on himself, we might.
You know what it is? When Tania's out of the relationships, there's no stakes.
That's true. You're exactly right.
It's very low stakes for him because she's the one that put all the pressure in the relationship.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Y'all, he's just gonna walk around barefoot in camp and and try to get his dick sucked.
And let's be honest, that's exactly right. There's not a lot of depth to Syngin.
There's not.
But I think it could have been produced in a way that we would have been happy with him. He could have gone to places and seen, like in the Appalachian Trail, which he was there. All sissies were talking about it. He did. He was around for 2 weeks. He could have looked off into a vista and said, I now think this is over, and I'm trying to figure out what else is next for my life. What do I want? What are my intentions for this? Nothing. We got him talking to Elvis and going to Texas.
Yeah.
And pointing at Arkansas and singing some song.
Yep.
I
agree. I agree. It's a missed opportunity.
So he's staying with his friend Aaron.
Because,
who's hot.
Well, because also, too, if we think about it, they've kind of, I mean, she forces it because she's just this way, but that's one thing they've done with Natalie is they've kind of shown they've shown a little bit, they didn't show her this episode, but with Natalie, we kind of get someone to pull behind the curtain and see kind of what's going on behind her. But I think maybe it's it's Syngin, B, he's a South African man. So maybe they just don't want to, maybe it's not producers. Maybe it's Syngin. Maybe he just can't do it.
But I think for a South African man, he is extremely vulnerable.
I think so too, but maybe it's still not enough. I don't know.
I just think it's such a missed opportunity.
I agree. So yes, let's talk about Aaron. Y'all.
He's hot. Ooh.
I was just waiting. I literally just put, he's very tall. He's kind of like tree trunky.
Yeah. He's taken his road trip and he finally gets there in his white Nissan Sentra or whatever it is.
Toyota Camry, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's an old Camry.
It's an older Camry. Yeah. It's Camry.
So
it's a version of the Camry that came out after my Camry. Who cares?
I don't think it's not a nice car though.
Tell me the Camrys are like a family car.
I guess. Anyway, so he's like, yeah, Tania's been checking in with me and just making sure I'm alive.
Most popular car, actually. They're the most popular car in the country. Or they were until the RAV4.
Shit?
Okay, sorry.
Can we talk about God? Who fucking cares? Anyway. So he says, I've let go of the possibility that Tania and I are ever going to be together again.
Yes.
Again, this is something we could have seen. And then we would have been okay with him getting his dick wet at the bar.
Yeah. Because it's not that I'm not okay with him getting his dick wet, but it just was
we don't care. We don't care.
Whoa, this just feels so... You literally left 15 minutes ago in this episode, and now it's like 15 minutes later.
The point in all reality shows, you guys, especially with the cast, we have to have someone to root for, or we need a troll to hate.
Yeah.
And it sounds horrible to be so black and white about things.
That's the way it is.
But in a show like this, where we know all these characters beforehand, are they wounded people who are looking for healing, or are they trolls that we're going to hate watch? It's obvious Jesse and Jeniffer are trolls. We have and Stephanie's a troll. We don't like her. Mm-hmm. And Natalie is a troll, but in a weird way.
But she is a troll. But however, she gives off this wounded deer vibe,
right? And I can't look away.
You can't look away.
But for Debbie, and I thought it might be Syngin, I thought we were going to get two people we'd root for. I can't root for Syngin anymore because I don't see any reason to.
Yeah.
Maybe
they'll change, but yeah, I agree.
I don't know. So, anyway.
Use of the gift. Go ahead. Aaron.
It's big. It's girthy. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Syngin, I've already said, isn't that
nice.
It's
fine.
Yeah. So they are, of course, Syngin, y'all, is still looking for a soulmate.
He is. And so he's blonde. Soulmate. He's excited for blonde.
I would like to date a blonde girl.
And so,
or maybe a gothic girl.
Anybody but y'all. He doesn't even want to touch anyone close to Tania.
No.
And so his friends are like, well, we're going to go out. And we're going to go out and have a drink. Would you like to come? And so they take him out. Phoenix, baby. And so, y'all, they're at like a little brewery. And that's where he meets Kira. She's a very pretty girl.
She's 23 in school.
I just want to say, and I know, maybe you are going to disagree with me. I think Instagram and TikTok makeup tutorials have ruined us because now y'all 20-year-olds are wearing too much makeup. I'm just gonna say it. It's too.
She's
much
23.
That's 20. I mean,
ish.
Too much makeup.
I agree with you there. I find myself telling people that have too much makeup all the time that I find.
I think y'all. I'm going to say it again. There is no need to
Although
contour.
you could wear more.
And oh, yes. I just want to use spackle on you and then just really glue a mask to your face so I don't have to look at the skin.
Yeah.
There's no reason for you to drag queen contour your face.
Yeah.
When you're going to a bar.
I was fine with her bold red lip.
That's fine.
But you're right. There was
her skin looked fake.
Yeah.
Because she was wearing so much concealer and makeup, and it's not even her. It's what I'm not even upset. It's the culture of it.
You're right. It's the makeup tutorial culture.
Just a little concealer and some BB cream or a tinted moisturizer. I swear, if you have good skin, is all you need.
And it's weird because think about someone like Tiffany. Tiffany wears makeup. She does makeup tutorials, and Tiffany's in her mid-20s, late 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, late 20s because
Something like
Daniel
that.
was born. Daniel's like 10.
Sure.
So she's late 20s. But she doesn't wear too much.
I will say you know what I think, what a lot of people do, you can be heavy-handed and fun with your eyeshadow and your lip.
But it's the concealer, it's the foundation.
And it's the contouring. People really, I'm so sick of seeing just
actual drag
especially
queen
on
lines.
fair women. I'm so sick of seeing just literally brown lines in the middle of their cheek.
I think it may be drag queen culture.
I think that's a lot of it. I
yeah.
think drag queen culture has very much infiltrated.
These women just walking around like drag queens.
I'm not saying you can't, but it's just
It's different too, I think, with if you're going for a more like a different look, but she was just going out for a laid back night.
Yeah.
Look. And it was too much. I agree.
And
she's a very pretty woman.
And
too.
another thing is her eyebrows were drawn on too much.
That was ridiculous.
It's just too much.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman, but she does what a lot of young women do.
Yep. Everyone's watching too many makeup tutorials. You're right. So, anyway, they have this conversation that makes no fucking sense.
They don't.
She's like, yeah, I like what you did. I'd like to travel around. And she's sending him
like,
every
"That's
signal.
great."
And he's like,
okay.
He
got really nervous.
I didn't know he had this little game.
I think maybe he did, but do you feel like Tania kind of usurped his confidence?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. I didn't realize that until he was so nervous.
Yeah. She needs to be the dominant one in every relationship she's in.
Yeah.
And he was okay with letting her do that for a while. And I think
he thought it would balance out in some way.
Yeah.
And then he realized, oh, no, it's not.
I think they'd still be together if it wasn't for the kid thing, though.
I actually think the kid thing was his way out. I don't think it's just the kid.
No, I totally agree. But I think they'd still be together if there wasn't a concrete thing that let her know.
Maybe he would feel stuck, but I think he would have come up with another reason, another nail to get out of that relationship.
Yeah. So, y'all, he says, my whole life I go with my intuition, and this...
Like, that's great. That's great that you do that. And so, yeah, so he tries to ask her out, and he's like, so, if you'd like to... I mean, he is bumbling.
Yeah.
Bumbling.
She's like, yeah, I'll go out with you.
She's like,
do we have to have dinner first, or can we just bang on my roommate's couch?
Yeah. They just got this new couch from Living Spaces. It's very comfortable.
It costs $400 whole.
Yeah. Rooms to go, and I'm rooms to hoe.
Good for her.
Y'all, that would be Poodle's furniture store.
Rooms to hoe.
And it's just
rooms
furniture you can fuck on.
It's not really nice, but it's all Scotch guarded.
Yeah, and you can clean it with a Lysol rag.
All vinyl.
You'll make rooms to go, and I'll make a makeup line called Mom's Makeup. That's just natural for women who have cheese sticks in their hair from their kids.
I love that.
That's what we'll make.
Should we talk about Debbie? There's not a lot here.
Now I want cheese sticks.
There's not a lot here.
Let's talk about Debbie. Okay,
first of all, works.
The breakfast they get is entirely too much food.
I agree.
This is why Americans are
Vegas
overweight.
in general.
It is so much food.
Yeah.
It's wasteful.
I feel like our restaurant food is absurd. So like the portions are out of control.
I can't eat all of it anymore.
It's like Cheesecake Factory portions.
I haven't been there in probably 15 years. Well, no, that's not true. I did a QuickBooks training for my Cubicle Warrior job. Who cares? It was like 3 years ago.
I was going out with that guy who was a manager mostly, and I demanded to go to the Cheesecake Factory 3 times because I wanted free food.
How long ago was this?
About 3 or 4 years ago.
You really will do anything for free food.
Free food is, I can't even tell you.
Why is that such a thing for you?
It's the most erotic thing for me. I
really
don't
is.
know why.
It really, yeah.
To see someone sign a corporate thing and put a corporate card and know that they just didn't pay for it, and to leave a tip, and I'll say, let me leave the tip.
Yeah, that's the only time you take just the tip.
And you know the thing is, I never had sex with him.
Because
I only made out with him a little bit because I really kind of didn't want to.
So would you?
I had some good Oreo cheesecake that felt like sex.
Would you ever get into a full on relationship with someone who's in the food business because food is such like a trigger for you? Would you be constantly just faced with you have the option to eat at Red Lobster because your boyfriend or husband is a manager there or an owner?
I think by then I'd be so
just fat on cheese biscuits.
At that point, I'd be so into some food addiction, or I don't think I know which way was up. And I'd combine it with drugs or something like that.
So, do you think that's the why part of you knows I need to not get invested in this?
Yeah, no, it's just me picking what's bad for me.
Y'all, so if you want Poodle to get set up with your friend who's an Applebee's manager, they're not going to marry. But he'll fuck him for buffalo wings.
We'll fuck around until I get bored, which is usually about 3 or 4 dates.
Or full. Literally, any way you want to take that one.
That's true. It's sad that I know that about myself.
No, it's not sad. It's good that you know.
Like for me, 2 dates, I'm kind of like, okay, it's make or break here. By the 3rd date, y'all, I know. And I'm kind of on the 3rd date just for the ride.
And yeah, that's true.
And then I have the talk.
Well, maybe 2022 will be, maybe you'll hoe the distance.
I can hold the distance. I'll be there someday. That is a beautiful song.
It is. You can
From Hercules.
go out with fuck a man for at least 10 dates.
How to eat my own weight in cheesecake in 10 days.
Actually, I could see Kate Hudson starring in that. She could bring her vodka.
Should we talk about Debbie?
Let's talk about Debbie. Yeah.
Her and Aubrey, they are at Eggworks, and they're talking about Jay ghosting her.
We should talk about Debbie, but y'all remember, we're going to drop this on the free feed. So if you're listening on the free feed, we're going to take a commercial, and for the Patreon and Super Sissies, we're going to keep going.
So I left him a nasty voicemail. I told him that he can fuck off. He can fuck off.
Yeah, he can fuck right off,
He can fuck off. That's what I told him. We're not going to do that.
He's a liar, pants on fire.
He's been lying every time.
Let's kill him. Let's kill him, Mom. I'm going to string him up by his window.
What's your right? We're going to go to his house, Pee-wee.
All right. Can I drag him out by his feet, Mom, and then just hang it up by a meat hook?
You scare me again, Pee-wee.
Saw that on a movie once, Mom.
You see a lot on the side of my face, Pee-wee.
Okay, I do.
So, y'all, I got to say one thing. Being ghosted is awful.
It's horrible.
And I've done it before. I've been ghosted before. I've done it very, very, very infrequently. But I have been ghosted before.
You know when I've been ghosted more, but I've only ghosted whenever I was in situations.
Yeah, like that time in your 20s, you were ghosted like every other weekend. I remember that. That was actually sad to watch. Oof. Just come home and see him eating ice cream again.
Yeah. Because you were always coming back from the free clinic with another antibiotic.
I wasn't ghosted, though. Oh,
yeah. But I only ghosted someone when I actually felt unsafe. Or I
Yeah.
felt like their energy got
That
super
I think
aggro.
You know what? I think that's what happened to me. I felt like I didn't want to respond.
Like I felt unsafe. That was
Yeah.
the only time I was like, nope, block. Like you're
I think
skeezing me out.
In a way, though, when someone does, if someone responds to me, or if they respond again, or if I just forget or something, I don't necessarily think of it as being ghosting. We hook up one time and I never talk to them again. That's not ghosting for me.
No.
But if I go out on a date with them and I send them a text and I never hear anything again, that sucks.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do that. I think I would say, I think I would give someone, if I did not think it was a match, I would say, yeah, I don't know if we're a match, really, but if you want to be friends, and if they come back with yeah, sure, I'd like to be friends, that's when you just start making up stuff that you're busy. Because it's hard to say.
Maybe don't say you want to be friends.
What do you say then?
Just say, hey, thanks for the date, but
Not a match.
I think it's not a match.
What if they
Best of
say,
luck.
would you like to be friends?
Well, now if they come back with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Then I wouldn't respond. Or actually, at this point in my life, I'd probably say, I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
I would.
I'm good, thanks.
Yep. I said that to a guy once. He wanted to go out on a date again, and I dropped him off, and he said,
Oh, I remember this.
yeah, and I said, but he's the guy that
he had been treating you like shit.
No, he was the guy who, well, yeah, he's the guy who was sucking his dick, and he was on his phone.
I love that story.
And I said, it's time to go. And then but he was still, so I think, again.
The absolute disrespect.
But what that shows, the same thing about that and the same thing with ghosting, that's the deal, y'all. He was really into me.
Yeah.
Even when I took him home, he was trying to like rub on, and he was like, oh, let's go out and do this again. That's just the same way with ghosting, y'all. It's not about, when I was sucking his dick, y'all, I know. I have told all of my ex-girlfriends back in Oklahoma how to suck their husband's dick. And I tell you, I have on many a report that I know what I'm doing. Okay. It wasn't me. It was him. The ghosting.
Right.
When it's not Debbie, it's this fucking loser.
I agree. It's not. But so if you're ghosted,
yes.
if you're ghosted, it is all about them.
Try to change.
Yeah.
When somebody says, did you get ghosted? And you say, no, I got gifted with my own time. With my own time.
That ghoster gave me a
Reclaiming
gift.
my time.
So y'all, anyway, he even said, he told her,
I
don't
want
tell
Burger
people.
King. I'm just going to have it. I've been thinking of it for like 2 weeks now. I've been thinking, I'm going to have black eyed peas tonight, but I think tomorrow I'm just going to have to get Burger King. It's just in me.
Because I asked.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, you're starting to cook food and it's making me hungry.
Nothing smells like Burger King in here.
I know, but it's just food.
Don't put the blame on me for your food cravings. And you don't have to make them. People have said, I wish you wouldn't talk about things like that
Who
on the
said
podcast.
That? Who said
Lots
that?
of people.
I don't know.
Well, you can ignore them if you want. But
Okay.
So he said, don't tell people we met on an app. Then they Google him. I guess we need to do this on camera. His address and everything, blah, blah, blah. And Dave was like, you can find anything on the internet.
Whoa, son of a bitch.
Rat bastard.
And y'all, because Debbie is so new to this, y'all, you kind of have to, if you go on, you don't maybe do it before, but y'all, after your first date,
You Google
we
them.
all Google people.
Yeah, I agree.
And you have to, and I think in a way, because
Especially because I've had so many things with, has this person been incarcerated? I've dated some real sketchers.
yeah,
But yeah, I think especially after the second date, I think you should Google them.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So
it creeps me out when people know about me in the first date. Of course, I Googled you before
but
the
it's
first
just-
date.
I feel like now it's just common knowledge that people are going to get Googled.
Kind of freaks me a little bit if they know a lot about me. They're like, yeah, I looked you up. I'm like, that's a little invasive.
I mean, I wouldn't admit it the first date. I would
These crazy fuckers
But
I
do
go
you-
out with.
Do you Google them before the first date, or do you?
No.
I try not to.
No.
After a date, I might.
Usually after. Yeah, but I want to see them again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen everything I need to. I see their dick. So I needed to see.
You'll go on a date with a guy and he'll like say, "Oh, saw that you have a podcast."
Yeah.
Did they say that to you?
Sometimes.
And that totally freaks you out?
No, it kind of feels a little invasive if it's the first date.
So if
I think I'd rather tell them.
Not the podcast, what is it? Would they find out? They see Piano Cat footage from like the annals of
That's
Pornhub?
archived.
Okay.
Oof, you got to pay. It's behind a paywall now. And if they want to pay, I don't give a shit. So
I saw you do that move that you call the poodle payola. Wow.
they stretch. So y'all, she's got a dress. Aubrey, y'all, we all need a ride or die like Aubrey.
We
Aubrey's
do.
like, let's go.
She's like, let's do it.
So they're
I
gonna
would
go.
do that. That's Aunt Peggy and Aunt Darla did that for my dad.
And it turns out he's also 62, not 58.
He lied about that.
Now, it says he's married. Do you think they kind of jumped to the idea that, oh, he's married? He could be separated.
I don't
And-
know. It depends. The thing is, I don't know either if he went out on a date and he didn't, if she told him about the show, because he would have had to sign this for a release.
Yeah, that's the thing. Who does this when you're married actively to someone?
Unless they paid him, but he didn't. Y'all, let's be honest. This guy doesn't know what 90 Day Fiance is. He doesn't watch it. So was he dumb enough to think that this won't be a big deal?
I think he's separated.
And then maybe he I think he's probably separated
But
too.
Debbie and Aubrey immediately say, well, he's married. Can you imagine?
But he did say he has a secret to tell her.
Yeah, that's probably
So
it.
maybe that was it.
But wonder why. Do you know why? Why do you think he ghosted her?
I think I don't think he liked the TV thing.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, I think everybody has their own quirks, what they like. I think he liked pre-makeover Debbie. I mean, look at this guy. He was a very schlubby guy.
Yeah.
And I think Debbie kind of cleaned herself up and she looks really nice. I don't think he wants
So he was
that.
worried that he would not be.
He wants a woman that he can that she, wears like a stained t-shirt because she's been doing laundry and they go out and eat at Bennigan's.
I love Bennigan's.
I think it's gone, isn't it?
I think it is. Now I'm talking about my food issues. Let's move on to Jesse and Jennifer. Ugh.
Do we have to?
Quiero más. The music. Quiero más. Quiero. Bleh.
Y'all, they're on a boat because Jesse wants to show her luxury. I want to show her the luxury life. Y'all, this is just a fucking Instagram trip.
I need to say their whole relationship was brought into razor focus for me.
It is that this is where the magnifying glass got put on the
And
relationship because it's all about Instagram.
I found myself physically sick when he said, yes, I need to show her the private island Jesse experience. He's like, I can't say this without retching. I'm a digital luxury nomad.
Wow.
Take a barf break.
Wow.
Digital luxury nomad.
You know what?
And luxury is part of my brand.
You know what it is that bothers me?
Barf.
Y'all, why are you wearing your old sandals, not your new ones?
Because I like my old ones. I'm breaking my new ones in.
Oh, okay.
I want comfort.
Oh, that makes sense.
Fuck off.
On camera, you'll wear the new ones after
Yeah.
people shaved
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So,
I'm all about appearances.
there are people, like, if this was like someone who was ready to like the Radswell or whatever that family, or the Bouviers, and they're a luxury. But y'all, Jesse,
It was the way he said it.
it's the way
I'm a digital luxury nomad.
It's false. It's not even who he really is.
Ugh.
It's like, to me, Darcy has more of a right to be a luxury digital nomad person than Jesse. Because
I
Darcy's
think you're
like
right.
starting a fashion line. She is into all this kind of like.
Well, no, the thing about it is, you guys, it's like the term content creator, which I despise. And
I don't despise it. In that, I mean, we have some sissies. I have some friends that are content creators that work really
No.
fucking hard and do this. But Jesse,
I'm just saying the term means nothing. That's why I say I despise it.
Yeah,
Not the job of what people are actually doing.
I get that. It's like when somebody says that they're a change maker, and I'm like, what does that mean?
Or an entrepreneur.
I don't know.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Entrepreneur a little bit more, but change. I don't know what that means.
Entrepreneur does not mean you are successful in business. That means you haven't found what you want to do yet. You're looking to find something new.
For a lot of people, I agree. It usually helps when they have a descriptive word in front of it, like this type of.
I don't know. I hate every descriptor because nothing's going to encompass everything I do.
Slut.
That's Enneagram 4 for y'all.
That is Enneagram 4, yeah.
Ooh.
I'm not in Enneagram. So the entrepreneur doesn't bother me.
Content creator bothers me.
Because entrepreneurs, to me, means you are someone who wants to be your own business person. You have a curiosity, but I don't like the whole content creator and the whole like change maker. It's like putting like this value on what you were.
It is.
It's important. And y'all, Jesse doesn't do important things.
No.
I know content creators or social media people that do really fucking cool, important things.
And it's not. I'm not denigrating.
You're not, and I'm just putting that out there so people don't come because we have people that do social media stuff that listen to us.
I'm saying I hate
Jesse.
the term, not because it doesn't. When you say what it means, people are just like, "What's that?" And you have to explain what that is. And it's a term that's bandied about that no one it's lost its meaning.
Yeah.
In the 21st century. So they're going to their private island, which is the Jesse experience. And he says, every day I fell in love a little more. And I said to her how I feel, and I need her to say it back. So, of course, we're going to do tantric yoga. And I screamed, Lord!
Which, honestly, I love tantric stuff. Like tantric yoga, tantric sits. They never do them right on the show. They're a really beautiful, wonderful experience if you've never done it.
They only do them in the reference to sexuality, though, and not closeness.
Exactly. When I've done tantric, it's not about... It's everything, but it's not this. It almost like the way they show it on these shows is that it's leading up to sex.
Yeah.
And that's not it at all.
Yeah.
In fact, in a lot of tantra, you don't actually even touch.
Right.
Unless you've been doing tantric sits and stuff like that for a long time. Come at us, tantra sissies.
But yeah, it's the way it's always perceived as something very sexual to take something to a higher level.
I think people think when you have tantric sex, it means like you have sex and like your eyes pop out of your head and you orgasm for like 10 minutes. Sorry, you went to a place when I said that. That's not what it is, though.
So at one point, he's on top of her, which it looks like he's just boning her in the butt.
He's totally rubbing his butt and bumping.
I can't believe that the Tantra yoga guy asked them to do that.
I don't think so. Y'all, I'm telling you now, if they get together, I'm calling it now. There will one day be an OnlyFans.
I think there's already starting to be one. They have a calendar out. So he says, I am too turned on. I can't get up. And the Tantra guy is kind of like, oh my.
He's like,
I'm
oh my.
You're embarrassed?
Well, because I think he was embarrassed because that's not what Tantra is really supposed to be.
I guess, but I'm saying he'd had to have seen it before.
I don't know. I think for the cameras, and I think for the positions, probably for the cameras were different. Meanwhile, the producer says, Jennifer says, Jesse had a big problem. He couldn't get up. And the producer's like, how big a problem did he have?
It was good for me. Blah.
She's like, it was big. Poodle's already used the gift with Jesse.
It's not. It's nothing to write home about.
We do think full kind of like bulbous balls.
Yeah.
And an ass that you could write a copy of the U.S. Constitution on it. It's beautiful. 4 fucks.
4 score and 7 inches ago.
That's a Gettysburg Address. That's a better one.
That's a better one.
Yeah.
So our fathers, Baltimore's a new nation. So he they're basically talking about they're like, we have to. They said it's good to concentrate on the other person's energy, and I went, you can't concentrate on the other person's energy because you actually don't know how to be vulnerable with each other because there is no there inside either of you that you've actually found.
It's
such bullshit.
It's the there you're creating. And so, but y'all, they sit, she kind of sits on him. They breathe together, which is a thing in Tantra. And she says, I feel so complete in so many ways. And he just honestly says, you know what? I love doing this with I love you. And she says, te adoro.
No, te quiero.
Te quiero.
And I believe, y'all, this is day 6 that he's been there. So it took her...
Love bomb, he's love bombing her.
Well,
she's got a love bombing back for Instagram words.
It took her a full 4.5 to 5 days.
Well,
to say I love you. I'm joking about it.
No,
I'm saying it's absurd.
I let's be honest. I've met a guy. We are biblical. Kind of intimate. If he has a 10-inch dick, usually I'm saying I love you by the end of that.
I love you. I love your dick. I mean, I love
you. He wants to go home, and I'm like, but I love you. But yeah, y'all, this is where they're kind of having this moment, and they feel so complete, and they love each other back.
Did you hear what she said? She's talking during the moment, both of them. She's like, yesterday, we established that we were completely in love. And I went, ding, Instagram verified. Relationship.
And so y'all, they're taking a boat to this beach, and she even says your favorite word, luxury.
God, this is hard. This is sickening.
And then Jennifer says, Jessie goes against a drink. She says, but I want to talk to him about something. And y'all, she's upset that he hasn't Instagram posted about her. Well, but that's basically it.
And he's been in Colombia, he's posted several things with like random girls. Like, are you having relationships with them? My family follows you.
Y'all,
that's what she's upset about.
This is fake. This is fake. This is totally created. She understands what his job is.
Yeah.
They just, honestly, I don't think they probably have a lot of drama because they're both kind of soulless inside.
Yeah, I agree.
But they're making this up. But it still is gross. I just want to say this, y'all. What happens on Instagram is not what's happening in your relationship. If y'all think about how many people on Instagram have you seen, oh my God, they look so happy. They look so wonderful. And then you see them post this smiling, happy photo and they look just in love. And then 2 days later, you hear they got divorced.
A lot.
That happens a lot. Instagram is not real life.
It's aspirational.
It's It's smoke and mirrors, and it's not. It's not what your relationship is. But that's what's sad.
He says
it is to them.
He says it's a promotional post, and I went like this show. But like this show is for you. It's promotional.
But he's actually wrong because it's not a promotional post. Because to them, what happens on their Instagram is what happens in their life. I bet you that's how they remember memories in their life.
Did you hear her say, or him say, and
she actually was right. If you think of their fucked up terminology, she is right. He should be posting about her because that is actually like the real world is the Matrix and the fucking Instagram is their actual real lives to them.
I liked it how he got really upset. He got sick. He's like, well, I saw you got posed with that guy in the helicopter. Are you seeing his dream? She's like, well, we did date.
She's like, well, I got paid for that. And you're saying, oh, did he? And then Jessie said, did he pay to date you? Which basically is calling her a hooker, a hooker, or sex worker, or whatever.
They calling her an escort.
Yeah,
basically.
Thank you.
And here's the thing. I'm not defending Jessie by any means. I don't know if he meant that obliquely in a translation.
I think so. I think he was being a dick about it. I think that is. I think it's planned because y'all, she calls him an idiot, and y'all, this is not how Jennifer would slap someone if you called her an escort in real life.
This is the lightest slap,
y'all. She would slap the motherfucking shit out of you.
Didn't
she slap Tim?
What?
Didn't she slap Tim?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I can't remember. So anyway, she's like, now he's showing who he really is. Y'all, this late in their storyline, they're introducing this and no one believes it.
No one. That
was better in pitch than Alicia Keys sung it.
Oh, God, we can't get email Jake it or fake it.
Tell y'all, if you've seen Alicia Keys, you will know what I'm talking about, especially live.
She does say to him, she's like, I don't know why you would say that, Yessie. Fuck you.
Yeah. I feel nothing. I felt nothing. Should I move on to Stephanie, which I felt something, but I wanted to barf. It was me running to the toilet.
Y'all, Stephanie and Fred are taking a bath.
He's still wearing underwear.
He's still wearing it. I think
She's
she might
wearing
be too.
panties.
Yeah.
And no bra.
No bra. She's pretty free with her boobs.
Yeah. And
I mean, honestly, we should be. Men are, y'all, I think men and women should just be able to be topless.
I think that might be a little distracting during things.
What? I think that, but I mean, I feel like let's make it equal. Why not?
I agree, but I think you'd have to go back to certain First Nations to find where that didn't happen.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's what I think.
I mean, I think it's a lovable thought.
Yeah.
So when they are, they're just going to take a bath. I was confused. Are there people still at her house and they're taking a bath?
Is she still having the party?
Are they just eating what's left of a Ritz cracker and a summer sausage log?
I think they are.
While they're taking a bath?
I think they are.
That's not being a good host.
Poodle, have you ever left your own party to go have sex with someone?
I'm not familiar. Next.
Exactly. You did that at one of our own house parties. You went in the room, you locked your door, but we had that air vent that led to my room so we could just hear y'all smacking and making out.
Yeah. Well,
meanwhile,
you're welcome.
There was 30 people in our front living room.
And they got a show. So he says,
I wish I was making that up.
This is interesting. Doesn't it feel like she regresses back to 14 or 15?
Yeah, well, again,
and I get it that she knew him then.
Yeah.
But it made me feel gross.
People do that. My Aunt Peggy did this with that guy Scott when they were high school.
She said I
felt like I'm in high school again. There is something about it recaptures a youthful time. That's why people do this a lot.
Well, also, but then it's not great because the power dynamic is still off because he was a senior and she was 15 years old.
Yeah, but close your eyes. I want you to close your eyes and imagine you at 15 years old, okay?
No,
but who was your high school crush?
I think it was hot. I'm saying the power dynamic he feels weird and doesn't make me feel good.
No, but I think that's what's 99% of what's going to happen. That what I was about to say is, did you have a crush on a guy who's a senior?
No, because I was so afraid to have it. No.
That is sad.
Did you?
Oh, well, I never verbally, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I did.
I guess I didn't know it then, but when you look back on now.
Yeah, but I never really let myself do it.
No, not then. But like when you look back on it now, you're like, oh, I was totally.
Oh, yeah. I know who boys I had a big crush on, but I never knew it.
So imagine one specific in your head. And if you could date him now, you would totally like fall in that dynamic. I think it would be very hard not to.
I guess I'm saying that
it's fucked up.
What she's wanting from this is exactly what's not happening.
Yes.
She's getting what she thinks she thinks she's setting the power dynamic up in her.
Well, I also think she's trying to rewrite her history. And
right.
She never did sleep with him. And a part of her, I guess, wishes she would have.
It's everything about this feels like she talks one thing and then she's just like any other basic person. But that's
Stephanie. But we already knew she did that with Erica. Yeah. She talked about everything and then Erica met her and Erica said, you talked a big game and now you act like a different person. That's Stephanie.
And so he says, she's like, it's just so romantic and serendipitous. First of all, it's not romantic or serendipitous. Serendipitous would mean he would show up and you didn't know he would show up.
Yeah.
You invited him to your fucking house party. You invited him to take a fucking bath with
You
you.
texted him and said, "Do you want to be on 90 Day Fiance?"
I don't think that's serendipitous. No
No.
one's having hot chocolate here.
Don't bring up that movie. I don't even want.
I hated that movie.
I don't even want. I don't even use the word serendipitous anymore, or even serendipity, because that movie is so bad. And if you like that movie, then I am.
You're talking like Kim from.
Oh, and if you like that movie, if you like serendipity, it's one of my favorite movies. Because Michael Jackson was originally going to do the soundtrack for that, but then he passed. So it's about just like hot chocolate and love. And what the thing is, to drink a hot chocolate, it's got to be on your skin, on your lips. It's got to be skin to thin. And if you
Don't Kuthak.
Yeah, and because if you want to stick it in, it's got to be skin to skin. It's got to be skin to skin.
That's her catchphrase.
Yes.
So.
God, that movie was horrible.
When she says, my greatest moment of queasiness is when he says, "I would like to invite you to my vagina."
Okay.
I liquefied on the couch and just slid off.
If that line I thought was that, I kind of, as a producer, I went, bravo. Like you say good lines, Stephanie. You give good show. If a man told you, I would like to invite you to my dick, to sit on my dick.
No, I just hate it. It's like, that's not the way you talk.
It's not. Okay. I'm just making sure.
That's not the way you talk to anyone. You want to say it dirty, fine, but that's like saying, "Aunt Joan, I'd like to invite you to my settee."
Well, it made me giggle when Fred was like, she said, "I have an invitation." He's like, "Is this like a Facebook invitation?"
Well, he's trying to make the best of it because she's so fucking gross about it.
Says like, "Do I say I'm going or that I'm interested?"
Well, that's the thing.
Which is what you say on Facebook, y'all.
She's being so clinical with it. Mm-hmm. I'm telling y'all, something happened. No one behaves this way.
No, I agree.
Without, because you can also tell she's terrified to have sex.
She also is. She's highly anxious. She is terrified, and she's a highly anxious person. And so much so that she asks him what position they're going to have sex in.
Oh, and she has to ask him because she's preparing herself mentally, and she also has a list of positions in her head she wants to hit.
Now, look,
this is not how sex should go.
I disagree. I think the way she's doing it's not great. It's not in, I would say, I don't like to use the word normal, but I guess in circumstances without trauma. But there are people that have either experienced sexual trauma that they do need to
100% agree.
They need to talk about a plan of what's going to happen.
100% agree.
If she's not doing that.
She's not doing that. She said, I've had bad experiences with sex before. I've decided I need to come up with a plan. I totally buy this.
Yeah.
This seems like for her a way to keep control.
Yeah.
Instead of actually letting go and being vulnerable.
Yeah, she doesn't let go.
And gross. So then he kind of surprised her. Well, I'll have to eat you out first. And I went,
oh, I missed that. Did they beep it? Is that
no?
One? I totally missed that, and I watched.
Then you missed the really the stomach churning segment.
No. I saw that. He said, "I have to eat you out."
He said, "Yeah, I'd have to eat you out first. That's how it works. Then I would blah 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 to you. Then we do missionary."
No, I got the mission. I just missed that "eat you out."
Yeah, that's what he said.
See, I think if it wasn't her, but I think, what if a guy was forward with you and said, "I'm going to do this and this and this to you"?
Well, here's the thing. It would be,
I guess it wasn't foreplay at all.
It wasn't foreplay because it was so casual.
So casual, yeah. It was weird.
It's not sexy.
It's not. It wasn't sexy.
And I understand talking about it in a way, but it was in between humor and sexual. It was in that weird, it felt like they were reading a textbook. And that's why
I'd say more like a brochure. But yeah.
You guys, sex, you can have an idea going in, but if you're narrating in your mind, you're not in it. You're not in it. You can't allow yourself.
No, I agree. It's a letting go.
Yeah, and this idea that, and so then they keep going, and he goes to the bed,
go to the bedroom,
and she's like, I guess this is it, and I go, I'm like her dog, but I'm scratching to get out of the room.
Because they cut through a dog scratch on the door. I'm calling out they didn't have sex. She's not going to do it.
And that's what's so frustrating. I honestly say, we're 8 episodes in. I think there are 10 episodes. I think out of everyone on this season, she's been the most frustrating for me. I could even handle Jesse and Jennifer more than her.
Oh no, I'd rather handle her because at least she says I think she's funny. She's witty. She says funny lines. I just think of him as like a comedian telling a joke. I don't even think of them as a person with her anymore because she's so performative to me.
Are you talking about Stephanie? Mm-hmm. But that's the goal. That's not the goal.
But I know, but she's more interesting to me personality wise than Jesse and Jennifer, who are just snooze. Mm-hmm. It's a bum deal for me, honestly, because this is such an important thing that a lot of women, especially, but men too, deal with. Is what was it? We were talking about somebody who hadn't been with somebody in a while, and we both were talking about like there's nothing wrong with being single or being alone for a long time. And
she's saying there is, though.
But I'm saying, and a lot of sissies related to that and came to us. So I was honestly, I didn't have high hopes because it was Stephanie, but I thought this if she was actually allowed herself to be authentic in this, it could be a really cool. A really cool experience to see someone go through.
But that's why I'm saying it's so frustrating. This is more frustrating than Jennifer and Jesse for me.
Yeah.
Because I already written them off. Mm-hmm. This is someone who seems like she's trying, but after a while she treats it, about her own celibacy, she's treating it like it really doesn't matter. She's like, I don't know why I've been celibate for 2.5 years. I know why you've been celibate, because you have some trauma related to sex.
Well,
and I wish you would just embrace that, or maybe just give it a one chance to think that.
Possibly, yeah.
But God,
she's still more entertaining to me than
it's so obvious to everyone watching that something is wrong.
She doesn't need to be doing this on TV.
No,
you've got to be very radically brave to be authentic about something that real on TV, and that's just.
And if you aren't real and authentic, if you don't go all the way there, it feels like parody. And that's what this felt like to me.
I agree. But if you think about it, she gave us the exact same thing on her last season. It literally is just, it's almost like a different topic, but same kind of beats.
Yeah, but at least we had Erica to root for.
Yeah. And but it is really just like the similar kind of just beats of, is it going to happen? We have this, and then nope, it's not ever going to happen, and it's not.
And guess what? She's in a relationship with a tech guy.
Oh, is she now?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well, maybe I guess she ended her celibacy. Because she probably figured it out on her own.
Big deal. Great. Yeah. I'm very frustrated by her. That's what I'll say. Because I think she seems much more savvy than anybody on this cast about how to use her fame.
Oh, yeah.
And in a way, she's more lost than any of them. She's
lost.
Yeah. I don't ever want to see her again after this.
Well, you're gonna.
No.
We're gonna see.
What
her.
else is she gonna do?
She's gonna be on the next 2 episodes. Oh, you meant after this series? Oh no, she will be coming back. She's 90 Day Gold.
Is she?
She'll be on. She'll be on like. Well, I don't know if she'd be on Happily Ever After, but she would be on like a What Now or something. If she has a boyfriend, yes, she's gonna be on 90 Day Fiancé for a long time.
She's not liked. No one likes her.
Well, but she gets attention. She gets media attention.
Gross.
You know what? I think probably a lot of women don't like her, but I think some guys like her because she is pretty.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. She infinitely frustrates me.
I know.
Because I want to root for her. That's the thing. I really do.
I know you do.
Anyway.
Sorry, Poodle.
Fuck off. Let's end the show. I'm hungry.
Y'all wish you could see his face right now.
Hater segments.
Y'all, we go to realitygames.com. That's where you can find everything. Our Linktree link is where you can find our shows, our live tour information, or other information that's going on. We call these people lonely hearts because, Poodle, aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
Yeah. And if you've ever said, I just wish I could go to Eggworks with my friend Aubrey. And get yourself a big old omelet, 3 times the size of your head.
Huge French toast.
That was big French toast.
It was.
I would get so sick in the afternoon after eating that. Call us.
You need to eat. So do I.